Do you remember when I announced FNAR World Arcade Edition, which was a game that was working natively for the Game Boy systems? I assure that many of you who have downloaded and played it definitely have played it on an emulator, but never on an actual Game Boy system. And I can understand that because it needs a little bit of work here. Today I'm going to show you the game itself actually working on a real Game Boy system. For this I want to show it to you on my Game Boy Color and my Game Boy Advance. There are actually two different ways you can play the game on a real Game Boy. The first one is you need it's called an EverDrive, which is one of the absolute easiest way you can play any Game Boy game on a real Game Boy system. This one here has 800 game already included, and you can just put in any other game as you want, or you can just stuff in as much game as you want. Because you can see here, it's all here stored, and this little micro SD card here, which you can just take out, put it on your computer, and then you can just put in extra games. This is what I did here. The other way, which is the most difficult one, is to put the game into a separate card. So this one here is actually the game itself. I haven't really put a sticker on it yet. Thinking about it, doing it one day, but you know, I gotta just find just a paper and or a sticker that just fits perfect in. I was really looking a lot to it, and yeah, like I said, this method is most difficult because you have to do it with a flash card. You can't do this with a regular Game Boy cartridge, which is a mistake I did by myself, thinking it was possible, until later on I found out it was not possible, because retail cards are not possible to rip out the actual game itself and replace it with something else. It has to be a flash card. It's, as you can see here, you can actually see it inside here, because normally Game Boy games run on battery. There's actually a little battery here, if you can see it clearly here. This is how they run the regular cards, but this one is a flash card. And because of this, you can just replace it with any game as you want. So this one has the game. So I'm gonna plug it in, and boom, I want to play it out. Oh yeah, gotta put it. Oh, oopsie, gotta put it in the lighting, cause you know Game Boy console don't really have lighting. Yeah. So you can see all the games that are included. And if we go to the end, here it is, FNAR World Arcade Edition. Load and start. There it is. Created by Smart Casella Production. Yeah, okay. Gotta turn on. Okay, and while we're at it, let's also put in the separate game into my Game Boy Advance. I gotta take this one out first. Okay. Ah, okay. It did not read it. And yeah, that's strange. Because for some reason, this card here is a bit thicker or a bit bigger than a regular Game Boy card. And because of that, there can be a bit of difficulties just plug it in correctly into a Game Boy card, especially Game Boy Advance, since you can see that it's sticking out a lot. Let me turn that. Okay, let's try again. Come on. Hey. Oh. No, it still didn't read it. Okay, do the classic thing. Blow on it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it did read it. That's good. There it is. So, here you have it. The game running both on Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. Hold on, let me just put the light so you can see it. The Game Boy here. Okay. Okay, gotta press start. And yeah. So, this is here where you choose a mini game. Let's go with the first one. Here it is. There it is, I'm controlling it. And here it is on Game Boy Advance. Oops, I fell. Let's try here instead. There we go, I did it. Oh, okay. Okay, I did it. Alright, let's start the UFOs. Now let's try here. Oops. Oh, what's going on? Why can't I jump rope? Okay, I did it. Okay. No. Yeah, this part is a bit difficult. Okay, go on. Okay, yes, I did it. There we go. I don't think I should go through all three, but let's just try the last one. So this one is a pretty simple one. Go down. There we go. That's it. Yeah, that's literally it. In case if I did mention it, this is basically supposed to be a tech demo, like not an actual full game to see like what kind of stuff would be possible for me to make on a Game Boy console. Yeah, this one is a bit difficult to show on camera due to not having any light. There we go. Alright, yeah. So, here was FNAR World Arcade Edition, running natively on a Game Boy Color system and a Game Boy Advance system. Just to clarify, this also works on the original Game Boy console as well. Because it's actually a Game Boy game, not a Game Boy Color game or a Game Boy Advance game. Yeah, so that means you can play this game on all three Game Boy systems. So, let's turn it on. So that was all I had to show. Thanks for watching.